Hey, there we go. All right. Hey, everybody. Sorry about that really weird hold music. I didn't know what I was putting on there. Hey, everyone. I'm Connor Clifton. Welcome to the first episode of Guest Stranding. It's going to be a really, hopefully fun show where I play Death Stranding with a friend and talk about stuff like life, the afterlife, death, the internet, human connection, and the pandemic that we all have lived through or are currently living through, however you want to look at it. Let me go ahead and introduce our guest up top. You know her, you love her, María Heg. Hey, Maria.
Hey,
Thanks for doing this.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Do you mind pulling it a little closer?
Is that better?
Yeah. Much.
All right.
So I'll go ahead and get the game going, I suppose, or at least getting it all booted up. But first, Maria, what do you know about the game Death Stranding?
Okay, so I know it's a dystopian / like apocalyptic future setting, and it features somebody who is tasked with making deliveries. So kind of like I thought it was an Amazon type courier, but you said it was more of like a post office type courier.
More of like a post office. Definitely not a government owned post office. Like it definitely feels like
Like FedEx.
Everything's been privatized.
Yeah.
Nothing's been nationalized, but it's not Amazon because it's not. I'm not delivering Amazon products. Sometimes I'm delivering pizza. Sometimes it's just like, hey, can you give this shirt to my friend?
Oh.
So I have to like go all the way across the place to deliver a shirt.
So you're like navigating, delivering everything from commercial transactions to personal favors. It's like all of the delivery services combined into one.
Yes, but I'm always delivering a physical object.
Okay.
It's never just a message.
Okay.
And throughout the whole time, I am trying to build out a new internet infrastructure.
So you're also an infrastructure worker.
Yes, I'm also an infrastructure worker. I guess you could say I'm an essential worker.
You're okay.
We'll be getting into this. I think so. Another aspect about this game is that they don't really get into it up top, but there is a massive mass extinction event, and everybody has been sequestered into their own little bunkers, and you don't really interact with people. You interact with their holograms mostly. What I say, like, hey, thanks for the package. And the only thing keeping this country together is a delivery person who is trying to make sure the internet doesn't go out. And
thankless as hell.
It came out in 2019, and everyone thought, yeah, right.
Oh, no.
And a year later, here we are. I did not want to play it at the beginning of the pandemic. I bought it when it came out. I played the hell out of it. Pandemic started. I stopped playing it because it was like, this is too real. I can't do it. A year into quarantine, I decided, okay, I'm going to beat this. And I beat it a couple weeks ago. I think I really like it.
But you're not sure.
I'm not sure, so I need to do it again.
Yeah.
And,
you have to wring every single drop of philosophical value out of the game while you do it.
Yep. Kind of totally cheapened this whole thing.
I wasn't going to say content, but, you know.
All right, how are we doing? Chat looking good?
It's chilling. We got, a few people in there. It's Wednesday. People will be trickling in.
All right. Let's go ahead and get this started.
All right. Will we be able to know what the event was early? What happened? Oh.
Yeah, I guess so.
Wow.
I'm going to go ahead and I think I'll do very easy. Just I'm trying to kind of decode the story and
Yeah. Good on you for letting go of those types of possessions so easily. It's nice to unburden yourself. So well done.
With what, previous save files?
Yeah, literally.
I mean, I'm sure we have footage of my face just like the moment I realize I have to delete what I spent 2 years playing. But here we go. All right.
So.
Check out that load time. Yeah, that's PS5.
Is that a squid? What is that?
That is a crab. Are you familiar with the term Death Stranding?
No. Is that actually a natural phenomenon?
A Death Strand? Yeah, it is when creatures just dead creatures just shore up on the beach.
Oh,
So,
okay.
like mass death.
Mass die-off.
Yeah.
So like a big fish die-off after an oil spill would be a death strand.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's see.
Gnarly.
The right can be seen, but the left cannot. Okay.
I can kind of see the left.
All right. Okay.
Doom's abilities.
Yes. So Doom's abilities, those are just like weird psychic abilities. So after this max extinction event, people develop these Doom's abilities.
Okay.
Yes, it is my birthday. I'm a Valentine's baby. So this is interesting.
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's bullshit. Are wait, 3 of those aren't recognized. Oh, wait.
That's what I think is pretty interesting, is that I think it's immediately putting you into the world. Like, hey, things all fucked up. Like, there are
it's a
different signs.
zodiac, yeah.
What was the new zodiac, that snake that...
Orichalcum or something. Yeah, it was like...
Orichalcum.
I don't know. I don't want to say whatever the mineral is in Skyrim because I'm not sure. I feel like it's a similar word, but it's not.
All right. Let's see. Here we go. Death Stranding. Oh my god.
It's creepy. It's good graphics.
PS5, baby.
You're dogging it now. You're like into it. Ooh. Why's it gotta be like that?
Oh, this isn't the game.
That's just the vibe.
No, this is the title card for Kojima.
jeez. I was like, what's with this game? Okay.
Have you ever had much experience with the Hideo Kojima games?
No, I know some people who are super obsessed with Metal Gear Solid.
The rope, along with the stick, are 2 of mankind's oldest tools. The stick to keep the bad away, the rope used to bring the good towards us. They were our first friends of our own invention. Wherever there were people, there were the rope and stick. From Fuwa by Kobo
Once
Abe.
there was an explosion. A
I
bang
looked
which
it up.
gave birth to time and space. Once there was an explosion.
You said that.
A bang which set a planet spinning in that space. Once there was an explosion. A bang which gave
This is the way
rise
the
to
world
life
ends.
as we know it. And then came the next explosion.
Oh my god, I was like, ooh, they're gonna really cut out some wild? Hell yeah.
Nah, just a fart joke. So this has been described as a stranding game. Do you know what a stranding game is? Or do you have a guess of what a stranding game could be?
A game with mass die-offs?
Oh, shit. I've never heard a non-ironic answer before. No, that's a pretty good... Yeah.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Oh.
Kojima, when asked about it, he's like, what kind of game is this going to be in an interview? And he famously said, it is a stranding game. And that's all he said about it. Which got a big laugh from me and Ned. But yeah, I think it is a stranding game, having played through it.
It's like nothing else. What are those space elevators? Those threads?
Yeah, those are like a
They're
strand.
transporting.
Kind of. If you go to them, you can find stuff there. This is what I should have had in the hold music. This is what I was going for, and I totally fucked up with that music at the beginning.
Oh, cool. We got some LED lights on that. All right.
What's everyone's Kojima name? Ooh. I think I'm Gassy Pig.
Oh, and,
It's like Psycho Mantis. I'm Gassy Pig.
Okay, so adjective animal. All right.
Yeah, it's like a get to know you game.
Anxious goose.
All right, here we go.
Okay. Sick gear. Nice pelican case. Oh. Fashion.
Norman Reedus.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and rain is bad.
Oh, is it like acid rain?
It's called timefall rain, and it makes you age.
Oh my god. What happened to the planet?
It's some
What did we do?
Yeah, no kidding.
What the hell did we do? Whoa, what?
I really like the motorcycle.
Yeah, I'm into it. It's like kind of gritty modern. Whoa.
This is interesting because, like, I don't recall seeing animals throughout the game. And in this scene, yeah, there's like a deer hopping around.
Two deer. Oh, they're hopping like mad hopping. Oh my god, that one nearly. Oh my god, is that one gonna make it? No! Make it! Oh my god, no! Oh no! That's really upsetting.
Welcome to a Kojima game.
Holy shit, they just killed a deer for exposition. Storms come on quickly.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna...
Oh, and they kill.
I guess that's why I don't see any animals.
He's obviously gonna be getting water on his face. Not to be like nitpicky.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, like his face is gonna be old as shit by now.
Wow.
Pretty bad, pretty bad. Hands? No, his hands out of gloves.
This isn't looking good for Norman Reedus. Who I really want to have on this show sometime. It would be fun. I think.
No.
I couldn't say.
Oh, great. Fuck.
Ooh. All right.
Oh.
So now I have
you have
to...
a weight limit. Damn.
Yeah.
Smart drug delivery.
Okay. Now I gotta find all my shit. Crap. Where did it all go?
You no chance to get your bike back. So is this like open world? You like go wherever?
Oh.
Oh.
Crap.
What's happening?
So this, if I press R1, I can scan my terrain and kind of see what's going on around me. And the red axes are things I can't really walk on well, or I lose my grip.
Okay.
Yellow is fine. Blue is ideal.
So you could like fall off the side of that cliff.
Yeah. Crap. I gotta get all this stuff. There's my smart
Go get
drugs.
your smart drugs.
So, like I said in the intro, this game deals with some pretty wacky themes, such as death and life. And I want to ask you, Maria, what do you think happens to us when we die?
I don't know.
Do you ever think about it?
I do.
I spend too much time
I'm
thinking about
terrified of dying. I want it.
Really?
Of course. I don't want to die. I mean, it's more of like the thing I'm terrified is ceasing to be. I feel like knowledge that, you know, in some essential sense, the matter that composes my body will be eternal. It will perpetuate in the environment to some degree forever because of the laws of thermodynamics. And there's some comfort in that. But I also don't know whether consciousness persists. And I don't know what that... I don't really believe that I'm going to go to some afterlife where I'm conscious. I want to, though. I think that would be very comforting. I just am not certain of that. I would... Or maybe it's like some rudimentary consciousness where you're like, oh, I'm... In the sense that maybe Earth has some extreme base level consciousness of itself. Or
Gaia theory.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, if I am dirt, maybe at least then there's some sense of being an extant thing.
Yeah.
And like maybe you're part of this like universal consciousness that matter is like, I'm getting really woo, but like harmonizing with that, like we're, you know, too fleshly and earthbound and stupid to understand as humans because we're only on our own frequency.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot there I agree with, especially this idea of like we have no way of possibly understanding what consciousness is once our corporeal forms die.
We don't even understand it, I think, while we're alive.
Are there, I mean, this might be an obvious question here, but like, I think about the Oversoul that Henry David Thoreau wrote about and Ralph Waldo Emerson. That can't be a American a purely American idea, is it?
What, like the oversoul, I don't know if I'm familiar with that. Like this idea of like an overarching consciousness that we all sort of share.
Yeah.
I'm sure that
It's
it's
like-
not an original thought to throw
Yeah.
out. I'm almost certain. I mean, I'm positive that it's predated by, numerous indigenous cultures that have been like ignored or obliterated. I feel like having a sense of oneness with non-human entities is not something that was brought into existence by transcendentalism.
It's a very Eastern idea. It's got some like Taoism to it.
Sure. There are a lot of faith traditions that predate Thoreau and his little baby not laundry doing ass.
Oh no, you don't like Thoreau?
No, I like Thoreau. He's fine, but his mom like cooked for him every day and did his laundry, so it's not
Yeah.
exactly like life in the woods as such. I mean, I'd live in the woods under those conditions. Hell yeah.
I think often I've talked about before. I have a degree in political philosophy, and I think it's really wild that I learned and developed my political philosophy without having a real job, and like without like the harshness of real life, without parental comforts.
Well, there's a lot to be said for forming a political consciousness in a non-academic environment.
Oh, yeah.
Not that you shouldn't do your reading, and I definitely should. I feel like I haven't read nearly enough this year, but
I did tons of reading in college, and afterwards I was like, I wasted my time reading those dumb books.
I think I read some. I'm happy about the books I read, but I also did like a very I studied like medieval art history, so I was obviously already like into the material. They were like, yeah, okay. Also, I'm imagining like somebody just walking on their hands around them, and it's like kind of funny, but this is really strange. And he had a rash. I don't know what's happening. Who's this lady?
I would love if you could see the person. He's like doing that, and his face is like, ooh.
For some reason, I was imagining like a clown. Like an invisible clown just walking on his hands.
Let's see how the chat's going.
Howie in the chat.
Chat's blowing up.
All right.
So this character is played by Leah Seydoux. She's a French actress.
It's like legit voice acting in video games now. I don't play a lot of games like this, but... Oh, what the hell are those?
I'm not gonna talk about it, but I can't tell you, having beaten it, I have 10% more information than you do on what those things are.
Are they like some kind of Jungian avatar? Look at that rendering. Every pore.
I think so. Yeah, and this is the PS4. This hasn't been officially upgraded for PS5, so I'm excited for that.
Too real. Extremely real. Yeah, lots of questions about the age range. I just feel like if you're gonna do that, you gotta have a full face covering, and I'm like a hood's not gonna cut it, man.
I think they're gone.
Yeah.
Does mud make you age? Do
hell?
plants age or just drinking?
Didn't mean to grab you so hard. Tears.
I think people use mud as an anti-aging if it has certain.
Oh,
stuff in
yeah,
it. So
yeah.
I think it depends on the mud.
Got the extinction factor, but I think you got me beat.
Extinction
What's your
factor.
level? You can see them, right?
No, but I can sense it.
Excuse me, all the allergies are real.
Extinction factor. More like he stinks as actor.
Trying to stay dry.
Just kidding.
I was gonna say it's like X Factor, but
Time falls that up.
Timefall.
My name is Fragile.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
I've heard of you.
She's definitely not. She's like a tough girl.
Border bridges.
Hurt people. You know what I mean? Trauma begets trauma.
Okay.
Delivers. Call me.
You are. Yes, that is some of the stuff that
There
she
are
says.
those who call me.
Like, I'm fragile, but not that fragile.
Are those tardigrades like floating into the air?
Yes.
They're so big.
Yes.
So there are huge tardigrades in this world.
Uh-huh.
Do you eat them?
Yeah.
You want it?
Or are they?
They do heal you.
Well, they like repair. They restore like 10 HP.
They call them cryptobiotes, but yeah, they're totally tardigrades that got real big.
Oh, do they anti-age? Do they reverse time fall?
No, they increase the amount of blood in your body, which is like your health.
Want to come work for me?
So it's
Oh.
just your
It's
health.
tough out
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
It's like food, and she loves them.
But fragile, it's
Well, I feel like I've heard that like scientists are like tardigrades, like they don't
Not
age,
much left of us.
and
now.
they like
Wow.
can survive like sub-zero, like Kelvin temps and like
And on top of that-
insane, unreal heat. They're like indestructible.
Maybe we all become
Got so
Oh yeah,
few
see,
to
so her
tell.
hand, she got old hand. She got an old
She got an
hand.
old hand. She got an old hand. She got a real case of that old hand.
Maybe we all just turn into tardigrades when we die.
Does the rain create timefall humidity? This is a really good question. Honestly.
Ooh, timefall fog. Not
Yeah.
in the game, but I don't see why it shouldn't. The sun's not out all the time.
Okay, also then what does timefall do to like the water table, right? Is it in the groundwater? Are you irrigating your crops with it? Are you growing crops with rain timefall?
I think there's like underwater farming. In fact, yes, there's underwater farming. There's different.
But it's still getting into the groundwater just by filtration, right?
they might
This
have.
is why nobody like Chris is like my husband's like, I hate watching movies because I'm always like, why? Why is this little detail not completely accurate?
My rule with watching movies with you is if you keep asking me questions, eventually I'm going to answer them.
Yeah, I mean,
and then I will ruin the movie for you.
well, no, because not everything gets explained.
Yeah, that's true. Well, sometimes you don't need it to be explained.
Well, I know, but that's what I do. As I still need it. I'm just like, I don't know why this isn't 100% airtight, and it's like some pretty medium budget fucking movie that doesn't owe it to me.
answered.
Yeah, that movie didn't owe that to me. That was not what that movie was for.
The goal of this game is to make it rain Monster instead of. Oh yeah, there is like an official Monster energy drink sponsorship going on in this.
In the game,
Kind
it's like
of.
literally Monster.
I think Monster might have helped fund this.
Wow.
Well, Konami, after Metal Gear Solid 5, Kojima and Konami were on the outs.
I don't know about this.
Yeah, he really didn't want to make Metal Gear Solid 5, and they're like, you have to.
Is this like a Silence of the Lambs situation where they kept making Thomas Harris write books to make new movies out of?
Not quite. I mean, they'll never work with Kojima again unless they pay him a ton of money.
Which they might.
Yeah.
It's a big franchise. I mean, I've never played it, but it's a big franchise.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
So they made one game without Kojima.
That
Kojima.
sucked.
It did. It sucked so bad, and nobody bought it. And they're like, okay, we clearly can't do this without him.
Yeah. He's the auteur.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you pee Monster Energy in this game? You pee in this game.
You-
You pee in this game. I was like, yes, Billy, if you do pee, you do pee in this game.
There's that deer.
Fuck, I'm doxing people in the fucking thing again. Terrible trip.
There are a few people in this chat who
May
are,
my karmic justice be swift.
yeah, I think people like Necromancy, Terrible Trim, and Netta the Dead are kind of asking for a doxing.
I've been doxed. I have been doxed by other people in this chat right now.
I feel like I've accidentally doxed you on the show before.
This is how movements fall. Just all the internal backstabbing.
Connor, do the pee thing.
Blast it with pee.
All
wait,
right.
You can actually wait. That's not a joke. All this pee talk.
Off I go. All right, I peed 3 milliliters. I didn't have a lot of pee in me.
You gotta drink a bunch of water. Drink a bunch of river water. Or is this the
All
kind
right.
of game where it'll kill you?
No, I'll be all right.
What's with this like? How do I describe this soundtrack? What does this remind me of?
I think it's a really great soundtrack.
This reminds me of like early to mid 2000s like band, but what? Sound off in the chat.
Yeah, sound off in the chat of what this reminds you of.
Okay, Ned, you've definitely doxed me more than that. And also, like, by being on the show, I'm just being me. You don't know who I am.
Oh wait, here we go. Okay, I
Drink
will
Monster Energy? No shit.
glug glug glug, motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah, that's going to fill up your bladder right there.
I need more.
That'll fill your bladder up right there. Go ahead and take another Monster.
I will drink one more sip of Monster and then I will piss.
It's not Sigur Rós at the vibe, Terrible Trim. It's like, I don't know. It's not going to come to me because I don't really know any bands or music or actors or anything like that by name.
All right, I'm going to piss.
I like how the music is crescendoing while you're pissing.
It takes me a while to prepare my urination action.
You actually,
Off I go.
see it. Oh. That's a little anticlimactic. I can barely see the stream. You're not like, oh my god, is that a mushroom?
Sure is.
Did you grow a mushroom with your piss?
Yep. And then other people can pee on it or like it.
But it's a holographic. Oh, so it's like, wait, is this a multiplayer game? Is this an online game?
It's in a way, yeah. So I can build structures for other players to access and use. And I do not understand how the servers work in that regard.
So you've only played it one player so far?
Well, no, I've like encountered other people and like used their stuff.
It's weird.
And like, so yeah, I can shout out. Oh, someone is playing. Someone is playing near me.
Whoa.
So I'll get a call back if someone's playing around me.
Piss shroom.
Yeah, it's a Stranding game.
It's
Exactly.
Is that what a Stranding game is? A pissing game? There are a lot more Stranding games than this then.
Let's see here. This is normally where I get those crazy tardigrades, but I guess they're not there right now. All right, did I get all the stuff?
So presumably you have some kind of like an enhanced like rig to help you carry as much weight, because that's kind of a lot of weight to be running around the environment with.
Yes, and eventually I can get like power skeletons and shit like that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Can you fly ever? Can you fly?
You cannot fly, but you can run really, really fast.
Do you have weapons in this game, or do you have to be like clever?
Eventually, but killing someone sets off like a nuclear explosion.
What? Nuclear?
Basically.
That's not sustainable.
Like it. So that was a big city with all those skyscrapers, and then like something died.
And a bunch of people broke the rules. Jesus.
So
did we strand ourselves? Is that like
yeah, we kind of like did this to ourselves, and we need to rely on this one man to rebuild the internet so we can all connect again.
Why is he the only one? I mean, I guess there are this one dudes.
There are other delivery guys, but they're like, hey, this is your delivery, kid. And he's like, okay, I'll deliver the stuff.
Do you guys do any work? Do you guys do any work? Am I the only fucking one working around here?
You ask a lot of questions, sir.
I just need some internal consistency in my world building. Is that too much to ask?
From a Kojima game? Yeah, he retcons everything after like every game.
Oh, really?
Metal Gear Solid has been retconned like 4 times.
That's really funny.
So one of the another aspect of this game is building out that internet. You hate whenever I say it, but I say it all the time. You are notoriously online.
Oh my god.
Well, we were talking earlier about LiveJournal and MS Paint and all these old programs. Can you like kind of describe what your relationship with the internet is?
Sure. I grew up, I didn't have the internet until I was in like, I don't know, 4th or 5th grade, I think.
Do you remember the first time you logged on?
I mean, no, probably not like the first time I ever logged on, because I was like able to go online on like school computers and stuff. But my uncle built us a computer. And we got online at home using NetZero, which was free at the time, actually free server. So you'd go online, and that's how I was online. I think I had a Juno account as my first email account, and then I used that to get online.
Okay.
And after a while, they like limited Juno. They're like, no, you have to like pay, because it was an email client that had internet built in, so it wasn't really browser itself. So anyway, I made like 17 different emails to try to keep using free Juno like internet back in the day.
Oh, so you had like your own little troll farm going?
Yeah. I mean, I would never use them, but
Gotcha.
Through that, I like found like, weird chat rooms and just fucking, oh my God, early internet. I mean, early for me, late 90s.
What websites were you hitting up all the time? Or were you in the chat? You said you were in the chat room?
Yeah, okay, I found.
Did you ever have an internet boyfriend?
Yeah, for sure, I definitely did. I had some interesting like things that like, different iterations of that, but like, I remember when I was like a kid in Virginia in like 96 or 97, I want to say, I was just like obsessed with this website that was Charmander 31's Pokemon Chat, and it was just like a totally just some person set up this website and had a chat room, and I don't know why or how, but like fucking shitloads of people were on the chat room. So much so that they had to have a secondary chat set up that ended up being like the cooler chat room for like the miscreants and like the people who I like muscled my way into chat too and was like a cool like chatter, and like then oh my god, I totally remember this like crazy. Were all the different emails, Maria, or just number variations? No, I made up like whole entire new creative emails that I never actually did anything with. But I remember being on Charmander 31's Pokemon chat number 2 one day, cutting up with the pals, and this one person. Okay, so I don't know if anybody who's like watching or in the chat, or if you like ever did this where you would be like in a chat room back in that day, and it would just be like kind of people buzzing at each other, and then somebody would like come out of the depths of the chat with some fucking public drama, and it would just be like, whoa, what's going on? Either they'd start shit with somebody, or they would just start shit like I am having this like thing happen to me. And this one person literally was like, this was before there were laptops and things that you could easily carry around with you and engage in online discussion, right? So this person was like, oh my God, guys, I think people are breaking into my house. And people were like, oh my God, what's happening? And they were like, oh, these people are like, I hear them, they broke a window, like, I'm going upstairs to check it out. And I was like, and everyone's like, oh my God, be careful. And they were like, oh my God, I'm upstairs and like I see them. And I was like, how is this possible? You're not able to do this. Like, we're all having to sit down. And everybody was like, oh my God, are you okay? And they're like, oh my God, they tied up my mom. And I'm like going out into the alley to like, I'm going out into the alley to confront them. And I was like, this is like fucked up and a lie. And everyone was like, shut up, Siberian tiger. That was my username. And I was like, this is a lie. And they were like, I'm going to confront the guys. They have knives. And everyone's like, don't do it. And I was like, do it. And they were like, I did it. And they like got the shit beat out of them. And they're like, oh my God, I'm like on the ground now. It hurts so bad. And I was like, this is a lie. Wow, that memory came back to me very powerfully just now.
I'll tell this story. I have done that before.
Oh my God!
So I didn't realize this, but back in the AIM days, you could link accounts. So multiple accounts could be logged in at the same time.
Right.
And my brother, my oldest stepbrother, he had his username logged in. And, you know, he was a handsome guy. Girls liked him, so he'd get a lot of, like, girl messages. And if they talked to me, I was like, I'm Darby's brother. And sometimes he'd be like, I didn't know Darby had a brother. And if they say that, I would tell them, like, yeah, they don't really talk about me much. And I would tell them that I was, like, paraplegic. And, like...
you were straight catfishing.
I was like, I live in the basement, and I'm in a wheelchair. And, like, it's like, I only got one person, like, real deep into be like, are you serious? It's so sad. And then I just went, oh, my God, you're not going to believe it. I just walked, and then they blocked me. It's been like an hour, just like, yeah, I guess catfishing or trolling someone. And I just so love the idea of someone going to Darby and be like, I didn't know you had a brother, but he's a dick.
You know what that reminds me of? It was that old, like, before we called them memes, but that, like, dude who was, like, notorious for getting onto, like, sex chat on AIM or, like, whatever. And he would be, like getting into, like, some serious hot and heavy, like, chat, like, foreplay. And then he would be like, I put on my robe and my wizard hat. And they're like, what? They're like, I cast, like, fucking magic missile. They're like, what the fuck? They're like, I rolled a 20. You'd, like, take crit damage. Like, you die. And they're like, fuck you, man. I'm out of here.
That's pretty good.
Oh, man.
All right. I have just made my first delivery.
He looks like Sean Bean.
Smart drugs. No drugs are smart, kids.
Except these ones.
He doesn't look like Sean Bean. He looks like Norman Weeded.
What took you so long? It's not like the legend to come in late.
Yeah, so this is the hologram.
To wait out the storm. Lost my bike.
Sounds like you've been through the ringer. Luckily, our goods are in perfect condition. Well, you did keep us waiting.
So it's like she's somewhere else, and this is like a live holographic projection.
She's in the bunker that I am delivering that to.
So that's like the entrance to the bunker at the corner of the screen or something.
Mm-hmm.
Job on the delivery.
Hell yeah. I can auto skip all this crap.
Necromancy asks, for real, how did the boxes get all over?
Okay.
What?
Other porters. So all the stuff I picked up.
Uh-huh.
I am Sam Porter Bridges. I am a porter. In this new world, it seems that your name is your first name, your middle name is your job, and your last name is the company you work for. So I am Sam, and I am a porter for the Bridges company.
That's really
Grim?
funny. Well, I mean, it's like kind of a throwback, so whatever.
To what?
Like, I mean, like if you were a Cooper,
Oh,
that'd
yeah.
be your last name.
Yeah.
Farrier. Well, that's not a really common last name, but
Yeah, I've never heard that last name.
I met
Farrier.
somebody whose stepdad is an actual living farrier still, right now.
He operates the ferry.
No, he shoes horses. That's what a farrier, not a ferryman. Ferryman. Soon will the ferryman come.
How do I edit Twitch?
Twitch, cancel.
There we go. Ned cut anime. That's pretty funny. Fragile's full name is Fragile, and that is her company that she operates. She operates the Necromancy was asking.
Well, she is the sole proprietor.
Yep, she's the sole proprietor. That's her company. You can do deliveries for her company if you choose to.
I would not trust a delivery company named Fragile. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it would be like, seems breakable.
By chapter 3, you'll learn that a lot of people don't trust that company.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
well.
As for the boxes getting all over, other porters drop them sometimes. If I die while playing this game, my boxes get thrown all over the area, and other players can actually pick up that stuff and deliver it for me. And that builds likes for you. And they mean nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just like real likes. They mean nothing. But it's just like...
You don't get like a trophy or a reward or anything?
Maybe like a
equally
PlayStation
meaningless-
trophy.
Yeah.
It's truly meaningless, but it is kind of the internet connection we all really crave. You want likes. You don't want comments.
Wait a minute. If you die and your boxes get strewn everywhere and other people pick them up, you get likes. You get likes for dying.
They get likes for delivering it, and I get less likes for my
No.
order getting delivered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they get likes for, hey, you made a delivery. Hey, you helped somebody out. And then I can personally give that person likes for being like, hey, thanks for helping me out.
Posthumous likes.
It sounds silly.
It's weird.
But
weird.
anytime I use a bridge that someone else has built, I like the hell out of it. In fact, we might be able to see that before we got to call it. Oh, great.
Special commission for Sam Porter Bridges. Priority 1.
All right.
Necromancy's asking, wait, so you can beat this game without picking stuff up? Yes, but you do have to make certain story-based deliveries. So you will have to carry certain deliveries.
Those look like new builds, so they're like most. What the fuck is that? Is that a hot rod?
It's my car,
It
baby.
looks like a fucking hot rod.
You jettison.
Okay, it doesn't anymore. It's the stair car from Arrested Development.
Man, I'm so excited to play this again. Hideo Kojima, I think, is just like
Bridges corpse disposal.
one of the most brilliant people in the world. I think he nails visions of the future and like thematic visions of the future
Yeah.
of like,
Bridges corpse disposal.
yeah, I don't know. I just think he's really, really smart.
I'll explain as we go.
Does kind of, I mean,
He created.
feels like the bones of like a cobbled together survival society that has like this feel of, yeah, like something has happened. I want to know more, for sure.
Even the Metal Gear Solid games, he just predicted like, hey, fake news is going to be a thing and corporations are going to hire private military groups. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, that happened for sure. I mean, the militarization of the police during the before the pandemic, but the way to see it trotted out
Yeah.
We don't know
was
the
really
exact
shocking.
but I'd say it's been upwards
I mean,
of 40 hours.
I wouldn't say shocking is not the right word, but I think it's still like a case where sometimes I get shocked by brazenness when I really shouldn't be shocked by it.
Got him on ice ASAP, but who knows
So what we're seeing
will
here,
happen,
a guy shot himself. They found his body, and they need to get rid of it quick before he goes necro.
Oh, like a zombie?
No, like he blows up.
Oh, what?
Sure you can't use another.
What happens to people when they die in this game?
They explode.
Well, I guess that's a possibility for us at this point.
So close to town?
Anyway, were we going to talk about more philosophical questions?
More topical questions?
More philosophical questions. I mean, I think that the game is bringing them up already, though, for sure.
Yeah, I got some stuff. What do you think about the current state of the internet?
Damn it. I regret already saying that. Well,
Well, I can narrow it down. How do you think the internet has changed during the pandemic?
I mean, so many more people are online, so much more. And I feel like the rate at which news stories develop has just increased. I mean, the appetite for news is just unreal. And whereas before it was sort of like the province of like the very online, kind of just through outlets like Twitter to kind of be like combing through like constant missives, but this is like on a different level. And I think
We'll be able to stay one
it's just annoying too, because I think a lot of people have it's a baby.
That's a bridge baby, aka the BBs.
Makes me feel like shit every
What is
time.
he doing?
He's connecting himself to it.
To
It
a-
helps you see BTs, which are remember those
Baby
hands?
tigers?
Remember those hands that were showing up?
Yeah.
Those are BTs. They're invisible.
Bozo terrors?
Yeah, invisible bozo terrorists.
Bozo terrors. My God. Does the explosion happen because of our diets or like chemically what's going on? Yeah.
I have not figured that out, man.
Overconsumption of Crunchwrap Supreme and Baja Blast is usually the culprit.
Oh man, I might have a Death Stranding in my toilet later.
Oh my God. I feel like the internet I feel like I used to go to more websites. There
Yeah.
was more individually created and like controlled content. Now it's really filtered. I mean, Twitter I still like,
Different when I was
but it's still very cognizant that like this is a corporate outlet, not Charmander 31's Pokemon chat. But like
Right.
it wasn't just that. It was like I used to go to this website called the Art Corner, or Taco for short, and it had, you know, if anybody went on the Oikaki like BBS applet boards like back in the early 2000s, late 90s or whatever, where people would draw and post, it was a bulletin board with a drawing applet. This had that. It had like a forum just for writing, and it had like a critique like section where you could submit your own artwork, and this group of like 6 or 7 artists would actually write you thoughtful critiques on your work and give you advice on how to be a better artist. And like it, you know, it doesn't exist anymore, and I like miss that a lot. I wish it were still around because it was such a great community of people that existed before Facebook or whatever. And you know, now it's like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
Yeah.
TikTok, which I like. I like TikTok a lot,
Yeah.
but like, you know, sometimes I'm like, fuck me, like, not many websites.
I was just talking to Ned earlier, saying I'd give anything for my anonymity back.
Yeah.
I know I'm on a Twitch channel, and there's nothing I can do about that now. Like, my face is out there, but I really wish I never put my face on the internet.
Well, I kind of accept it as like, I accept that as like part of what, you know, being online at all is. Like, I kind of accept that. But I'm also really grateful that like I got to be more anonymous when I was younger. My name wasn't tied to stuff, and like I don't feel like I did anything super objectionable, but I was also like a dumb, you know, like an ignorant and not completely educated person.
Yeah.
So there are definitely things that I said that I would look back on and be like, whoa, that's not right, or like that's embarrassingly like incomplete. Oh no, explode. Well, why can't they just throw the body out so it
it'll
can
explode.
Well, why can't they just explode it in the? I mean, they shouldn't explode in the environment, but they clearly already were doing this.
My God.
I don't understand. Okay, so like, is it chemicals? Is it diet that they're exploding because of?
It's not really
Explained.
explained.
Is that because of this? Like, is there like a loss of knowledge in the society, or is it because you're just thrown into a world where they're not going to do that exposition? Like, they're not writing exposition.
It's just society hasn't figured out why. I mean, at the end, there is some kind of like, because it's good to be bad, from like the villain of the game who just like wants to wipe out all life.
Okay.
But their boss, you see, there's like something more philosophical to it.
Yeah.
Something more like,
Also-
more the idea of like, we need to end, more what, less ending life realistically, but more metaphorically of like for a new life to begin, for a politics of love, for a connection of love, for us to care about each other again. The old way has to die and has to end.
Yeah. Okay.
So for us to have an internet that's really about supporting each other,
everything else has to be completely shed.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like we've passed a lot of thresholds on like preserving some kind of internet that, you know, is that. I feel like.
And there are some federal agencies that we've talked about, like, there is no fixing them. You have to, like, just destroy them and start something else. Like, you cannot rebuild ICE from the inside.
Right. I mean, it's just like, also the people who are writing these bills don't know how to use the internet. They need their, like, grandkids to help them open PDFs. So, like, how are they really qualified to make these decisions? Mm-hmm. And invariably, they tend to make ones that consolidate influence and, like, control. I mean, their motivation is not information. Their motivation is obviously, like, profit or free market capitalism. So, like, if Verizon wants a certain type of service to be the one that they provide to people, like, that's what's going to be that's what's going to be prioritized. So, now we've just opened the door for them to be like, well, we'll basically be doing, like, I mean, private censorship is happening. I mean,
yeah,
I'm not going to say
you can't say goddamn on Mike Lindell's social media site. You can't say goddamn, you can't say the F word.
Not on my website. Yeah. For sure not. But, like, you know, and we've talked about this before, but, like, I was, like, stoked when I didn't have to read Donald Trump's tweets anymore. Okay, so all rain is time rain. All rain is time.
All rain
this
is time
motherfucker
rain.
would definitely get rain on his face. This is bothering me. Shouldn't even breathe. You shut the fuck up.
Oh God, there's water on my gloves. Oh, I got red
lips.
lips.
Like, seriously.
I miss Trump's Twitter feed. Any statement his office puts out, I'm not gonna lie, I lap it up like a dog.
Oh, I was sick of it.
His thing to the SAG-AFTRA, who cares? That was amazing. And then he put out something about, like, the fucking Oscars, because all of his statements are about what he used to tweet about before he got into politics, which is just Hollywood.
I mean, I'm glad to have the option of whether or not I'm going to run across his statements, you know, whatever. But the broader implication of Twitter deciding after 4 years of unchecked, you know, just public figure speaking and saying really damaging and dangerous things, it's like, okay, so you could have always done this. So you really just are arbitrarily deciding because now that you can leverage this move on a new one. Like, it's inconsistent.
Honestly, I'm glad we got it because now we have to now we have to live with the fact that, like, oh, everyone else just called it nice things. Like, the whole Biden telling ICE, like, hey, we need to change the language we use while not changing any policies. Like, great. I'm glad that America gets to see that this is how it works.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to say that, like, everybody, you know, I don't want to be, like, coming off as some kind of a free speech warrior because obviously, like, that's not my, like, hill that I'm dying on. I think that there are, like, appropriate and reasonable standards. But, like, I don't know. It just, like, should Twitter be a private company? Should it really be in the hands of one man to make a decision on what censorship is appropriate and what isn't? Because I feel like Facebook, too, you know, they have these, like, okay, what the fuck? This is, like, creepy. These are giant handprints. He's shooting him. Why? Is he about to get exploded?
He can't kill him.
Why can't I kill him?
Because then he'll explode. Oh, wait, he did kill him.
Well, I mean...
Oh, shit.
It takes 24 hours to people to blow up, Terrible Trim says. Okay.
All right, so we got to get the... Oh!
Whoa. Oh, you got a baby inside him. And that other body had, like, a gold skull. This is ridiculous. This place is lousy with babies.
Oh, God.
So this liquid is alive?
Yeah.
So why is he standing in it? Oh, my God.
It's just like... It's like death tar. The tar is death. The tar is life. The tar connects you to everything that has ever lived and died.
Oh, so it's like...
So
was it in Final Fantasy VII?
A big thing about this game is that when you die, you go to a beach. And everyone has their own unique beach. And what a beach is the purgatory. And when you walk into your beach's ocean, that is when you go to the afterlife.
Is it a choice you make, or is it like you're kind of carried along in this... What? But
you're kind of naturally drawn to the ocean.
He's stabbing himself. Why? He
so
doesn't
he
want
can
to get...
so he can die.
He doesn't want to get pulled up to whatever that is, I guess. But what is it?
Nobody in this world knows.
Okay, so that's the Death Stranding
Yeah.
that people get like raptured.
Kind of, yeah. So like you go when there's a big mass extinction, or like when a bomb goes off, or like when a ton of people die, everyone's beaches get mixed, and it fucks up the afterlife and the connection. So, okay, to give some stuff away. All this stuff is happening because something went wrong with a mass extinction event that was supposed to happen and didn't happen the way it was supposed
Oh,
to.
are we all supposed to die and we didn't?
Well, that's the thing, is that you and Necromancy are asking a lot of questions in the first 10 minutes of the game.
I'm asking these questions because they're coming up to me. I mean, my God, like...
K-Rages, I have no idea what's going on right now. Same.
Me neither.
Same.
I'm like hella confused, K-Rages. I mean, it's all bringing up some very existential shit, though. That's for sure.
Yeah. Like this idea of like, do you think everyone shares an afterlife, or do you think you have your own personal one? I think if we get that Christian afterlife of like, it's everything you've ever wanted, like, oh, then yeah, we have our own personal afterlife and nothing's really real.
I mean, that's not...
And I'd get bored.
That's not all the Christian afterlife. I mean, the Christian afterlife is like everybody is together constantly praising the Lord every single second of the rest of eternity in a constant euphoric... Well, I mean, depending on who you are, I guess.
Sounds like his heaven.
Sounds pretty rough, man. Boring.
That's not the heaven that I grew up hearing about. I grew up hearing about like we all live in the clouds and everyone you love is always there.
I mean, yeah, but you're all together in a constant praise of God. That's like how it works. You're constantly praising the Lord. That's
Ugh,
I mean that's
that's
like
hell on earth. I don't want to do that in heaven.
I'm just saying that's canon, dude. That's canon.
Reminds me of the beach in Contact. I haven't seen Contact. Why is there a baby?
I have no idea why. Oh, did he have some cut out of him?
I mean,
Heaven has two Nintendo. Same.
I can tell you some stuff about it. Like he is a yeah, okay, so there are those 5 guys. Great.
5 Guys.
Burgers and fries.
That's the
I just figured out their. All right,
That's
there's
the
no need to do
answer.
another episode.
Wow.
Death Stranding is about 5 guys, burgers and fries.
That's such a. Oh
This
my
is
God.
all about peanut allergies
What a revelation.
and how they're gonna wipe us all out.
I'm pretty impressed. Okay, so everything is dying.
Yeah.
Although that's. Oh my God! Now we're at the title. It took an hour to get the title. Wow, that's cool though.
Hell yeah.
I actually forgot that we were still in the credits sequence.
This is prologue.
It's spooky.
Oh god, creepy
It's
singing.
spooky. Muy spooky.
It's like the Matmos. Yes.
The
Yes, Net of the Dead
Matmos.
from Barbarella.
Oh. It's been a while since I've seen that. Some volcanic sand, very nice. Dead everything.
Creep. Creep.
Grape,
Creep.
grape. Don't follow your weird. Okay, so those like strands in the water, I guess, I like follow down from. Like, where are they going? I have so many questions. What's with your weird necklace? Is it multiple dog tags of your bodies?
Oh, that's like I can answer that necklace thing. That is how you build the internet. That's just a series of thumb drives. And
series
so
of-
they've got like drivers on them that you connect to different
Like-
bunkers to
Okay.
build an internet.
So it's like subsequent like sequence, or is it like each one for a different bunker? Am I just like
All of them.
overthinking it?
Yeah,
Okay.
like honestly, what you do is you put it on a platform and it floats, and you go, and then
Sweet.
the internet forms.
Oh no! All these people. Well, how?
What
was
the
that,
fuck?
Mewtwo? What the fuck was that?
All right.
A lot of people. This is real sad.
Yes, these are all dead people.
Oh my god. Is a repatriate, meaning he can return to life from the place known as the Seam when killed?
I'm in the seam, and when I die in the
Oh no! Wow, they really just threw that in there.
it happens a lot.
I was not expecting that. Are you reborn or are you still yourself? Is that Peter
I
Sarsgaard?
am.
God,
Both.
this thumb
Oh,
drives are
fuck
ruined
it.
now.
I'll tell you. Both.
So you're reborn and you're still you.
Yeah.
Oh no, Peter Sarsgaard is your dad.
That's Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen. What? Oh, you, like,
Or in this
relive
game,
your-
his character is Dad's Dickelson.
Oh no! Definitely don't wake daddy. Oh my god.
Everyone's like, God, I'm never ready for that shit.
Feels like shit to just relive 35 years in a minute. Oh, he's like crying. Wait, is this baby his extra life?
The baby is, so BBs are basically tools designed to help you see BTs, and they are used by porters. And so there are women who have children solely to build these BBs.
So they're what are the BTs again?
Once there was an explosion.
BTs were those ghost guys that were like invisible.
Okay, the big hands.
Yeah, and
Bo-
bridge
Bozo
babies.
terrors.
Yeah, bridge babies
babies.
help you find BTs.
Because you want to find BTs?
You want to avoid them.
Oh, okay.
And so bridge babies help you deliver stuff. And what BTs are like souls that are stuck on Earth
Oh.
and like need to get to the afterlife.
Okay, and do the souls like aggregate into like big bad souls and stuff? Is that like how it is?
Sometimes.
So it's like Jungian and shit.
Yeah, so like if you fall into that
In the
black tar,
tar.
tons of them come out and try to
I
pull you
saw
in.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like some great seam of like consciousness and great anguish. Is this game about destiny?
Not quite destiny, just
Or like
more
the
of
ultimate
like
fate that has been written for mankind being like defied?
yeah, it's like personally I think that you learn so much about those beaches and that purgatory, and I think we know a lot about that just because of like coma research.
Right.
And near death experiences. But true death is never really explored or explained in this game.
So hypothetically, anybody could be dead and brought back to life.
Hypothetically, yeah.
But how come? Okay, so that's his like doom ability is to like come back from the dead.
Yeah.
And that's why he's a porter.
Right.
Word. Okay.
And yeah, different people with dooms. Not every porter has dooms abilities, but his makes it really useful.
I was gonna say.
Fragile can teleport. That's her
Sweet.
doomed ability.
Still crying.
People in this game cry because they have allergy. They have chiral allergies,
What?
which are that gold stuff that we saw flecking up.
Okay.
That's chiral stuff.
What is?
Now, so keep in mind, when I'm playing this game for the first time, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I've got a little bit of knowledge.
Yeah.
Is this him? Is this him?
Is this Dr. Eggman?
This is Guillermo del Toro.
Oh my!
I'm a doctor. Well, a coroner. Originally.
Are you kidding me? Actually, Guillermo del Toro?
His
Or are you
likeness.
Just like, okay.
But not his voice.
Call me Dead Man.
That's
I'm well acquainted with the dead. Not like you, of course. Contrary to the name.
What?
I've never actually died. I would advise against that. I'm no expert, but I can assure you it's for your own protection. See?
he really looks like Sean Bean in some of these
These aren't
shots.
handcuffs.
Yeah, I mean, Norman Reedus is who you get when Sean Bean doesn't want to do Boondock Saints.
See, I don't know who Norman Reedus is. So I'm not.
Boondock Saints,
Never
Walking
seen it.
Dead.
Never seen that.
Oh, us. Yep.
Yeah, but definitely not like a off-brand.
Humanity's best hope.
To his credit, he has made a big name for himself. He's a well-liked, good dude.
Good for him.
Where am I?
I'm happy for him.
I know that people on the the young people on the Walking Dead cast, they really look up to him. He takes care of them. He tries to make sure writers don't like give him gruesome fucking murder scenes and
Oh,
shit.
that's nice. Okay.
That just means your body's
He's one of those like
He's like an actor's actor.
he's an actor who cares about like, hey, everyone needs to have a good time and feel safe.
Right. Yeah.
watch over you.
Yeah, I never really got into Walking Dead, so.
Yeah, who cares? It's apocalyptic murder porn. It's like, how fucked up can humanity get?
I mean, I don't know if this goes with. I don't know. This doesn't seem like it's going into the darker side of humanity just yet, but like the scenario seems right for it. People taking advantage.
It's just really stupid. Walking Dead's not really accurate because everybody just like turns.
Because there
in-
is zombies.
Not just that. It's just like everyone. There's a global threat that everyone's facing, and instead of banding together like they would obviously do,
Oh,
they
yeah,
just
for sure.
form tribes and only care about themselves
So
and acquisition.
inaccurate. that nothing like that would happen if we were really put to the test.
That's the thing that's like so fucking stupid about Watchmen's ending. Is people are like, see, everyone banded together when an alien came. It would not happen. It would not happen, people.
We
The
didn't
pandemic
do
has
it.
shown us.
We didn't do it.
There was a moment for a global healthcare system, and we blew it. And Bill Gates won't let it happen.
Oh my god. Yeah, the pandemic was very disheartening to see that, like, just very profoundly how people generally feel like they either have no community or actively resist community when it comes to, like, thinking about their role within a society.
It's getting easier and easier to imagine the end of the world and nigh impossible to imagine the end of capitalism. And this pandemic has just shown me that, like, the capitalists will only get strong.
Like putting that monster in there.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No, this pandemic has shown me that, like, once this all ends, like, so much will be privatized.
Yeah.
So much will be bought out. But I want to ask you, what do you think the world's going to look like after all this?
I mean, I agree with you. You know, the amount of wealth that is consolidated and been reaped by the few, you know, billionaire families, honestly, over the last year, I mean, it's been staggering. The numbers are hard to actually believe that within a single year, their profit margins could have been so much higher. So that, like, a global tragedy, a global catastrophe, every catastrophe yielding increased profits is just it's just proof that this system is going to run us all until we're dead, you know, because
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but they just talked about how this character has a fear of being touched, which is another thing that I think is relevant in this pandemic era of just your main character hates to be touched, can't do it. At the end of the game, I can't tell you, someone does touch him and he doesn't freak out, and it's like a big moment.
it's a big deal.
But, like, this idea of we're isolated, we can't even touch anybody.
Yeah.
You just have to keep going.
Well, actually, one thing that really bothered me about some of these more, like, conservative or libertarian responses is that, like, you're killing people by depriving them of social interaction and community, and that's driving suicide, and that's more dangerous than the coronavirus, which, like, is objectively not fucking true. But, like, you know, I will say that I do wish that we'd adopted maybe physical distancing more than social distancing, because, you know, once we knew it was safer to gather outside, that was an important outlet for me to be able to, like, be outside with somebody or just find and, you know, be more intentional about spending time with people, even if it was digitally, you know, having conversation. Like, you know, I really feel like that could have been maintained with a society that already had good foundations and structures and support for its population. People are more inclined to live communally if they are supported by a society that favors those values, and we just don't. Like, favoring competition is literally, like, why Trump was like, hey, states, go ahead and compete for PPE, for ventilators on the open fucking market. Like, that's why that happened, because the free market decides. And, like, when the free market decides, like, people die in droves because it's extremely profitable to withhold rather than to provide.
I heard this morning talking about just this from an expat perspective, looking at the pandemic response. And they encapsulated it so well of saying, what's a libertarian pandemic response? There is none. You just use your individual spirit to will yourself through it.
Yeah.
And America, because libertarianism and a rejection of science seem to go hand in hand, it's not just there is no response, it's there is no pandemic is your response.
And I think it's interesting because, like, you know, while there's been less coronavirus, like, denial as far as I've heard in, you know, Europe comparatively or elsewhere.
Well, those Eastern European countries.
I'm not going to speak for them.
Hungary is, Orban's pretty and Brazil.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, Jair Bolsonaro,
you know, all the countries that were our allies the past 2 years.
Yeah. But I mean, like, it's just like, oh, they were doing, some of these peer nations, let's say, I'll call them our peer nations, right? We're doing better with quarantine, but the rollout of the vaccine is, like, perplexingly bad.
Yeah.
But I actually had a friend who's like, who's French but lives in the U.S. now, who was like, yeah, I think actually that's going pretty bad because we hoarded all the vaccines, which I at first was like, didn't that only really impact, like, developing nations, which is fucked up because, like, incredibly low percentages of people in the global south are actually getting vaccinated. And that's like an appalling thing. And we did hoard those vaccines from them. We are fucked up for it. But I was like, really, is it affecting the EU? And she says yes. And I'm inclined to believe it. Like, we hoarded AstraZeneca and we're like, we're not even sure it's safe for Americans, but we have millions of doses of it just in case.
Yeah. Just give them the IP. We gave Pfizer like billions of dollars. Give them the fuck. Yeah,
whatever. We need a Dr. Salk for the modern era, but capitalism precludes that, and that's why we're going to end up in fucking Death Stranding.
Knife Elbow says, yes, all of what you just said. And the silence is deafening from everyone else in the chat. Look, we're at 9:05. We played through the prologue. We've talked about the pandemic. We talked about early internet. We talked about the afterlife. These are some of the things that I want to talk about when playing this game. I'm gonna do it again. I don't know when, but I think that's gonna wrap it up for this episode.
Yeah.
Maria, thank you so much for being on the inaugural ep.
Thanks for having me. This is
you're
fun
always...
intro to the game.
It's a real fucking weird game. I've got more of an idea of what's happening, but hearing you talk and seeing Necromancy in the chat, it's like, yeah, I used to be real lost playing this game. I used to have no fucking clue what was going on.
I mean, it works out to invite me onto this format because otherwise, like, if I were just watching somebody play the game, it would be this show, but just me in a constant monologue, like, what the fuck is going on? What is this? I don't understand. I have more questions. So, like, this is a great format for me to kind of go through this.
Are y'all sponsored by Lone Star? We wish. Good Lord. I would cash in. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean.
Hell yeah. All right. Knick Knack. You're new. Go ahead and click that subscribe and follow button. Everybody, if you like the show, if you
that's Death Stranding, that's Guest Stranding,
that's
baby.
Guest Stranding.